The moment he opened his eyes, the world he knew was already gone, replaced by glowing screens, silent satellites, and a humanity that remembered his name as a warning. He would not return as a conqueror, but as a relic, dragged into a century that documents every crime and broadcasts every lie in real time. In 2025, history is not whispered by victors alone. It is archived, digitized, and carried in the pockets of billions of people. Within minutes, his identity would be exposed, not by spies, but by facial recognition, DNA databases, and a global network built to prevent monsters from hiding. Governments would not panic. They would secure, isolate, and investigate, treating him less like a leader and more like dangerous evidence. The ideology he once commanded would find no unified army, only fragmented extremists already watched closely by intelligence agencies worldwide. He would discover that speeches no longer hypnotize crowds when fact-checkers, historians, and survivors' voices respond instantly and publicly. Social media would not crown him. It would dissect him, memify his hatred, and flood timelines with reminders of the devastation he caused. In classrooms, teachers would use his return as the ultimate lesson, proving that evil is not mythical but human and therefore preventable. Courts would not ask who he was, but what responsibility still means in a world that refuses to forget crimes against humanity. The legal system of 2025 is imperfect, yet shaped by the horrors he inspired, built specifically to ensure such power never concentrates again. He would see borders guarded not only by soldiers, but by alliances, treaties, and shared memories of why unity became necessary. Technology would confuse him deeply. Weapons controlled remotely, wars fought with data, and influence measured in algorithms, not marching boots. The cult of personality he relied on would collapse under transparency, leaks, and a public trained to distrust absolute authority. Even those tempted by radical ideas would find his version outdated, exposed, and stripped of the illusion of strength. He would face survivors' descendants, museums, and endless documentation that transforms denial into absurdity. In this world, symbols are contextualized, banned, or reclaimed as reminders, not rallying flags for mass obedience. His return would not resurrect fear, but reinforce vigilance, proving that progress survives only through constant defense. Journalists would ask not how he returned, but how society ensures no one like him rises again. The true power of 2025 is not weapons, but collective memory amplified by technology and shared moral boundaries. He would learn that leadership without legitimacy collapses instantly under global scrutiny. Hate would not vanish, but it would be challenged everywhere, loudly, relentlessly, and with historical proof. His presence would spark conversations, not movements, about how fragile democracy can be if people stop paying attention. Ironically, his return would strengthen the values he tried to destroy, reminding humanity why they were built. In the end, 2025 would not fear his shadow. It would expose it, study it, and ensure it never grows again.